Hello, guys. I am so happy to be back, and today we are talking about how to let yourself be happy. And if you're not a spiritual person, if you're not exactly a believer, if you're, you know, if you're not delving into anything, law of attraction related or anything like that, um, just a sort of disclaimer that this video is going to incorporate topics like that because I'm a spiritual person, and yeah, I love that all these tools are at our disposal when we realize what we're supposed to believe in, you know. um, I have a few topics to talk about here. I wrote them down this once because I really want to give you like a step by step almost. This might not be in chronology or anything like that, but I wanted to give you like physical tips to how you can make this work for you. So, we are starting with letting go of the outcome. Now, a lot of people feel that when we talk about letting go, we are talking about becoming a saint, or doing nothing and just meditating all the time, or becoming careless or irresponsible, but that is not true. When we talk about, and I specifically wrote down, letting go of the outcome, that means that whatever your goals are, whatever your desires are, the way you can manifest these things um, quickly, painlessly, and effortlessly is by letting go of the outcome. What happens is, and if you're not familiar with what manifestation is, it is bringing into reality what you desire, in simple words. How this happens is by aligning yourself to a version of you that already has those things, right? Um, we could get into depth here and talk about a lot of things, that everything is made of energy, you are energy, what you desire is energy, and everything is possible. Yeah. And then if you align yourself to the frequency of what you want, you get it. If you think that is a little bit going over your head, just look around you. Everything you have already is what you believe you can have. When you start to believe that you can have more, or you can have something else that you desire, then you can actually see it coming into your life. That is manifestation in a quick and simple way. But basically, letting go of the outcome. A lot of the times when we are manifesting, we feel that okay, this is my desire, but then if I don't have the connections, the resources, the money, the time, the skill to do this, then how is it going to come into my life, right? And we get stuck with all of these questions about how, when, where, what all will I require, where will it come from, and all of those things, right? But that is the thing. When you're manifesting, you don't worry about these things. You have belief, you have trust, and you have faith that the universe is going to bring it to you. If you believe in God, then God is going to bring it to you. Whatever higher power, higher energy you believe in is going to bring to you what you desire, right? Um, there's this book by Joseph Murphy which is called The Power of the Subconscious Mind, right? And in the book, he has explained this phenomenon both spiritually and scientifically. When he's explaining it spiritually, he's taken excerpts from the Bible, and explain them to you in simple, easy words, because Bible is written in a way that has great depth, and these words are for somebody who wants to seek a deeper meaning. Any sort of spirituality asks you to seek depth, right? Depth within yourself, within your awareness, within your being. And that is exactly what he was trying to say there. And then there are these excerpts from the Bible where once Joseph Murphy explains it, it's so simple to understand what is being said, right? I don't remember the exact words, but there are a lot of sayings that say that you are how you think, you become what you think, you have what you believe, and that is where the manifestation part comes in depth. Like if you seek into any kind of guidance over the years, you will start to see this in everything that people are trying to tell you to believe. The people who already have it, the motivational speakers, the life coaches, they are trying to teach you this one thing, that you have to believe first. You cannot have anything if you don't believe it. If you don't believe in yourself, can you achieve your dreams? No, you cannot. And if you don't believe that there is anything out there helping you, then you will feel alone, and that is what you will manifest, right? Believe in a source. I would suggest that believe in a source. I believe in a lot of things, but I believe in positivity, like energy. I believe that the kind of energy you put out is the kind of energy you get back to yourself. And it is true. I've seen it happen. I've felt it happen. So yeah, letting go of the outcome means letting go of the where, when, how, in how much time, with what resources, what will I require, what don't I require. Let go of all of these things. Let go of the outcome. Just know that it is going to happen. And letting go of the outcome also means that it's not that you have a desire and you want it, but you're like, okay, I'm letting go of it. It's not like that. You have an outcome, right? If your desire does not match your belief about yourself, then you will not be able to achieve it. If you think you are capable of achieving that desire, only then it is going to enter your life. Because if you think you are here and the desire that you are trying to manifest is here, if you don't bridge this gap with belief, this gap is going to remain, and that thing is going to remain there, and you're going to remain here, and you're never going to cross paths with it, right? If you want to see it come into your life, you have to start believing that you are already in that role. You are already capable of that. If you really want to work on a crazy big project opportunity and you think you are not capable enough to do it, then you only want it. It is not coming to you. You can't have it. You have to believe you can do it before you get the opportunity, right? So yeah, letting go of the outcome, in the sense that letting go of this desire, this urge that when is this going to happen for me? Because the when is still asking a question. You have to believe. You can't ask that many questions. The only question you need to ask yourself is, do I believe I'm worthy of this? And if your answer comes out to be no, then you have to train your mind to believe that you're worthy of it. And how do you do that? We'll get back to that. Realizing your pleasures is the second thing that you need to work on if you want to let yourself be happy. How do you let go? That ties into realizing your pleasures. You let go by having a vision, knowing that you can achieve it, knowing that you're capable and worthy of achieving it, and then letting go by realizing your pleasures, what makes you happy on the daily basis. And I'm not talking about productivity, I'm not talking about getting in a better shape and all of those things. Everything, all of that is good, right? But there are little things in your life that can make you really happy. For me, growing plants in my house makes me happy. I love propagating plants and making new ones out of them. When I see them, like after a few weeks, it makes me really happy how much they've grown, and it makes me happy on a daily basis because I know that I've given life to all of these different plants, and now they're flourishing and they're green and they look happy, you know. And that makes me happy. Writing makes me happy, and I don't mean in a way like, oh, I finished this draft and now I'm going to publish it and it's going to make me money. Not in that way. Just writing makes me feel a release. It makes me feel like it is giving me cheesy, but it's like salvation. It's like all of these emotions that I feel now have somewhere to go. Yeah. And decorating my house makes me happy. Lighting candles makes me happy. Um, Feeding stray animals makes me happy. Hanging out with like dogs and cats and any kind of animal really makes me happy. And then um, having motivational or just inspiring conversations makes me happy. So seek out your pleasures because you are trying to align to a future version of yourself, right? You're trying to align to this goal. Whatever goal you have, there is going to be one thing common, that is that you want to be happier, right? You want to be either as happy as you are now or more, and you want to feel fulfilled, you want to feel good about yourself. How does that happen in your current reality? When you figure out what your pleasures are and indulge, right? You know a certain thing is making you happy, you go and do that. You become this frequency of happiness and it aligns with the future version, and your job is done. The next part is quitting excuses, and this is not talking about going to the gym on Monday. No, quitting excuses in here. Quit those excuses where you feel, oh no, this can't happen for me because I don't have this, or I don't have that, or this must be just too big of a goal, you know. Don't let yourself don't let yourself pull back because of this fear. Don't let yourself step down. Imagine you're climbing a ladder, but each time you get a little afraid of the height that you've reached, you step down. But in reality, when you're climbing this ladder, when you are moving towards your goal, you cannot actually fall, can you? You're not taking a risk by aligning your frequency to your goals. The fear is coming from leaving behind the familiar. If you feel like, okay, I am trying to align to my future self, so I'm going to stop hanging out in the same circle that I used to hang out in, because that does not align with my future self, because the conversations I'm having here are not as high frequency as I would like them to be. But then this fear pops in that what if I miss out on something while I am trying to align to my goal? But that fear is just wanting to take you back to the familiar, because we have a survival instinct in here, and that wants you to keep on with the familiar things, because you leave this circle, right? And now you don't know what is going to happen, but our mind likes to know all the time. If you don't know what is about to happen, there's an uncertainty, and that is where the fear pops in. But you have to remind yourself that this is not actually going to harm me. Changing my circle, changing my surroundings, changing my habits, changing my routines is not going to harm me in any way. Yeah. Believing, the next part is believing that you can achieve. We've already touched on it. Believe that you can achieve. Trust me, guys. The whole point of all of this is to believe. You cannot even start to imagine how powerful belief can be. I've always wanted to challenge myself and give myself these situations where I have no other option but to believe. And it has always worked out. Everything has worked out because I believed, right? I changed entirely as a person because I believed that I can. And there is nothing in this world that is happening without belief. Be it negative, be it positive. If there's a negative belief about something, it happens. If there's a positive belief about something, it happens, right? Activists, for example, why are they doing what they're doing? Because they believe that they can make a change, right? For example, if we talk about environmental activists, why are they out there doing what they're doing? Why are they planting trees or cleaning rivers or shutting down some corporation that is polluting the environment? Why are they doing that? Because they believe that they can make a change. Is it one person going out there and doing all of that? No. It's a belief that a lot of people have combined, and then it is happening. And what happens then? They are making things better for the planet. And there are a lot of people who don't care, which is why these other people have to care and do the things that they're doing, right? Our planet exists in chaos, and the chaos is because of conflicting beliefs among many different people. But eventually, the people who have positive beliefs have positive lives. The people who have negative beliefs have negative lives. And this is just a dual nature that we look at things in. We look at things as black and white, negative and positive, and all of that. But in reality, if you erase that center line, it is only a spectrum of frequencies. It is lower to higher to higher to higher to higher. And everybody exists somewhere on this spectrum. If you exist somewhere in the middle and you want to reach somewhere on the top, you are going to have to, and it's not even the top and bottom, it's just frequency. If you want a higher frequency, you've got to align yourself to that. It's not as crazy, impossible, and difficult as it looks. A person who doesn't make enough to sustain himself, doesn't make enough money to sustain himself, thinks, oh my god, it is going to take me forever to be on that side of the spectrum, right? Where you are abundant and you have everything, but it doesn't take you forever. It only takes belief and alignment. Yeah. And the last one is my favorite. It is letting yourself relax and breathe. So important. Sometimes we think, okay, now I have set a desire, I've set this goal for myself, but it is not going to happen until I work so hard that, some people try to make themselves believe by working really hard. But is that your desire? To always be working, to always be tired and just thinking you can't stop and breathe for a second? I'm sure that is not your goal. So why do you think doing that is going to bring you to your goal? Do the things you're supposed to do, but let yourself relax. Because eventually, everybody's doing everything so that someday, some point, they can relax. But what if you started doing that already? What if you started relaxing already? Wouldn't you be in alignment with your goal then? Yes, you would. So align yourself to your future self by doing all these things. Letting go of the outcome, realizing your pleasures, quitting excuses, believing that you can, and letting yourself breathe and relax. Yeah. Remind yourself how powerful you are every single day. Remind yourself that you are loved, you are enough, and anything that you want to achieve, you are worthy of achieving, right? It's your desire, it's your goal. Who is worthy of it if not you? Peace out. I'll see you in the next one. And I hope that this video reminds you that you can do anything.